How are we going on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with a new Sunday Sessions video. If you're new to this series, it's basically where we choose a few pairs that we feel hold good potential for the coming week. We break down our analysis, giving you guys key zones and areas that you can go ahead and apply to your own charts and hopefully profit with the LAGFX team. Now, this style of video is great for those who are looking to learn more about Forex, those who are beginners potentially that want to know a working strategy. This is a great introduction to my strategy and how I look to tackle the markets. But it's also good for those who are more advanced, know what they are looking for, and just need some guidance when it comes to actually picking out some trades in the coming week. Now, as we head towards the end of this year, we are going to see that the markets are going to be moving more erratically, as increased volume and volatility will be introduced. For one, we're at the fourth quarter, we are at the end of the year, and obviously we have lots of bank holidays, special days that are off where banks and institutions won't be trading. So this is obviously going to cause a lot of erratic movements and changes in the market. So for me personally, this is something that I have done now for the past 3-4 years. I will always take the last 2 weeks off of December. This is just because the markets don't really present me with very much in terms of trading opportunities. And then I usually look to hit the floor running the second week of January. So I kind of give that first week for price to settle, news to come out, yearly predictions and reports to come out, and then obviously we can hit the markets running. So throughout this festive period, of course, I will still be providing my Sunday Sessions videos and analysis on a regular basis. But in terms of trading opportunities, you will probably not see me trade as much or be as active in the markets, just because I like to take this time away to spend with family and friends, loved ones, and obviously the markets can be a little crazy from time to time. So for me, I just take this as a safety precaution and also a time to reflect on the year and prepare for the following one. Now, if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, as always, please leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. And if you have any feedback or any queries regarding the analysis I go through today, just leave them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Now, with all of that being said, let's jump straight into this Sunday Sessions video. So the first pair I'm going to be going over today is the US dollar to the Swiss franc. We're going to start off on the weekly timeframes. I just want to kind of give an outlook on the market as a whole, show you what I feel price is going to do longer term before trading in the desired direction. And I also want to give you a shorter term bias as well, as that allows you guys to obviously take advantage of this market and the moves it makes in the coming days and weeks. So if we just head to the weekly timeframes as we are on, and we go and zoom right the way out, you can see here how price has been delivering us with clear bearish structure. Yeah, we have the introduction of lower highs and lower lows, so we have clear bearishness. This is a bearish dominant market. But what we are seeing at the moment, and what we have been seeing now for the past 10, 11 years, is price starting to accumulate and actually slow down. So rather than seeing those sharp moves trading us lower, we've actually started to see price consolidate. Now, there are reasons as to why price does this, and this is because it's preparing for its next turnaround or its next big move. Now, with this being a bearish market overall, I am actually expecting to see price go on to correct itself and potentially trade us higher longer term. The reason for this is because, as I say, we're seeing this consolidating phase where price looks to actually be accumulating. So what's actually happening is the markets are offloading those short positions. It's offloading that supply and it's actually introducing demand. Now, obviously, we can expect a reversal to the upside because of that, where we can then obviously get involved in some bullish opportunities. Now, as we go down on the timeframes, head into the daily, we can see here how we've recently had a break of structure to the upside. So this is a brilliant suggestion that price could be preparing for that next push higher. The reason why this is a break of structure is because the high here that has been set went on to create the lowest low within this bearish leg. So therefore, this is the last protected high within this bearish structure that we've seen the markets put out. As you can see, we have the introduction of lower highs and lower lows. We have now seen price break structure to the upside. This suggests bullishness. In bullish structure, we have the introduction of higher highs and higher lows. So what we should start to see is price put in that bullish structure. So what I've actually gone ahead and done for you all is marked out an area of demand that I feel price may come to trade down and into. Clear and introduce that demand before trading us higher longer term. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mark this out as an area that you guys can go ahead and highlight out for yourself. This is going to be a brilliant area that we could look to, as I say, go long from. We just need to make sure that we wait for the right confirmation in order to actually execute any long positions that we do go on to place. So you can see here that I've marked out the exact digits and price in the markets that I feel price will reverse from. As I say, we want to just see price put in the right confirmation in order for us to actually look to get introduced. You can see what I've highlighted is actually a hidden order block on the 4-hour time frames. As we go down on time frames, you can see that the order block starts to present itself to us. We just head down to the 30 minutes. You can see here that this hidden order block starts to present itself a lot more clearly. The reason why this is a hidden order block is because inside of this, for price to create this wick, there must have been bullishness. For that wick to actually withstand and be there must have been bearishness introduced for the price to close here. We've then seen the open of this candle, a continuation in bearishness before trading higher. We've not seen this area mitigate. Therefore, this is an unmitigated last buy to sell region or a demand order block. So this is a brilliant area that we could look to get introduced in those bullish opportunities. As I say, what we want to see now is just for price to trade down and into this. We then want to see that demand being introduced. So for the last protected high that's set within this bearishness to actually break like so, price to pull back, and then that's when we can obviously look to get involved in that bullish swing. So what we should see, and what I'm predicting that we will see, is something like this. This would be a clear break of structure to the upside. After penetrating an area of demand, we get involved in that bullish leg that trades price higher. There are areas of supply, obviously, that are going to encourage price to pull back longer term. But this is absolutely fine. We understand that within bullish structure, we do have pullbacks and we do have corrective waves. This will probably just encourage that price does actually go on to put in a corrective wave. This could be a brilliant area to set our first take profit before we look to get reintroduced into those long opportunities. But this is my analysis for the US dollar Swiss franc. So I will probably be hesitant to get introduced in any shorts, and I'll just be waiting now for price to trade down and into this. I'll set an alert once we see the relevant entry confirmation. That's when I'll be looking to execute on those buy positions. Okay, now heading over to the US dollar CAD. This is another market that's been predominantly bearish for some time now. We've actually seen price penetrate and trade into this higher time frame supply zone. What we've then seen is enough supply has been introduced to not only break structure fractally, as you can see here, but also on the higher time frames as well. This is the last higher time frame protected low within this bullish structure. We are now seeing price break down and trade us lower, generating and creating clear lower lows and lower highs. So this is clear bearish structure. We simply want to see price correct itself, trade into one of 4 areas of supply for enough supply to be introduced for price to then go on to create that next impulsive wave that trades us lower. So ultimately, we could look to go long in this market. And that would be following the US dollar Swiss franc analysis. It's very good that they coincide with one another, as the US dollar is the base currency for both pairs. So it's good to see that our analysis is coinciding. All we need to see is for the supply to be exhausted, for demand to be introduced. We want some kind of relevant break of structure to the upside, and then that's obviously when we can look to go long. Once price trades into an area of supply that gives us and delivers us with the entry confirmation of a reversal to the downside, that's when we will be looking to go short in this market longer term. But again, this is another market that I will definitely be looking to go bullish in. Just need to wait for that entry confirmation, and then we'll be going short from one of 4 areas of supply here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this out as the break of structure needed. I'm also going to set an alert here just so I am aware of when structure does break to the upside. We'll simply wait for price to pull back, giving us the opportunity to get involved with the refined entry, and then we can get introduced in those longs. Okay, next heading over to the euro to the US dollar. As you can see, we have had a lot of bullishness being introduced into this market, trading us higher. What we've then seen is price put in a higher time frame corrective wave to the downside. So if we just get our path tool out, we could say that this was the impulse. This is now the correction, which I feel will continue to trade us down into this before a continuation in bullishness, before then a continuation trading us lower longer term. So that's my longer term bias. However, I feel price may come to potentially trade up and into this area of supply here before trading goes lower down and into this area of demand. Now you can see that within this higher time frame corrective wave, within this this new bearish move like this, that price has actually broken structure to the downside. So this is a good suggestion that potentially enough supply has actually been introduced to actually see price trade down and into this demand zone. We'll obviously get confirmation of that once we go down on the time frames and we see how price actually reacts and plays out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and mark this out as a break of structure, because this is a valid break of structure. Why? Because this was the last structural low that created the highest high within this bullishness. We've seen price break beneath that. That tells us that there's more supply in this market than there is demand. We now just want to see price come and trade us higher to set its first lower high, and then that's obviously when we can look to get introduced into this market in any short positions that we want to. So we may see price trade up like so, putting in some fractal bullishness, trading us all the way up, trade up and into this area of supply here before going on to create that next impulsive wave, trading goes lower, down and into this demand zone here. So we could be well within the works of a brilliant short opportunity. It's just important that we wait again for that confirmation before actually executing those positions. A lot of the time we may have brilliant setups with markets, but if we don't wait patiently for the right entry confirmation, you are going to lose 9 times out of 10. So it's very important that we wait for the right entry confirmation before we actually execute any trades that we do place. So this is kind of my analysis for the Euro US dollar. As I say, we want to see bullishness now continue to be introduced up and into this area of supply to be introduced, and then obviously we look to go short in this market. So again, what I'm going to do, set an alert here just below this zone so I know when price is ready to trade in. And then we can simply wait for price to break down. Once we have confirmation, we press that short button. So if you haven't done already, go ahead and mark out this area here. This is a last buy to sell region. As you can see, we have 2 bullish candles before a large move lower. There is inefficient structure laying below. Price does need to come and trade into this to mitigate this area in price, offload those buys before continuing short. So that's my analysis for the euro to the US dollar. Definitely looking to go short in this market, but longer term we could see price actually go on to trade us higher. So shorts from this area here, trading all the way down and into this area of demand where we can then look to buy in. So again, if you haven't marked this area out, go ahead and do so, and then yeah, just wait for entry confirmation. If you haven't joined the Learning Lounge group chats or our VIP chats, get yourself involved so you don't actually miss out on the trading opportunity, as I always post the trades that I'm placing in those group chats. So get yourself involved in them if you haven't done already. But yeah, ultimately, I want to see this market trade us or continue to trade us lower down and into this area of demand. Okay, so the final market I'm going to touch base on today is actually the NASDAQ. So we'll run over this market very briefly, very quickly. and then I'm going to conclude this Sunday sessions video. If you want to see the XAU USD analysis, I will be creating a completely separate video for this market, just as my bias is not changed as such, but it's being amended based on recent price action and the recent developments of this market. So stay involved and stay tight for that, because that will be coming in the coming days. But yeah, we're going to finish off on the NASDAQ 100 or the NAS100, should I say, for this Sunday sessions video. So as you are all aware, or you should be aware if you have been watching these videos for some time, I am wanting to see price trade down and into this 8,000 region. We just can expect to see price come to trade higher to set this this double top, this equal high, before trading us lower down and into this market. Demand introduced, price should trade higher with a longer term bias. Now, what we are seeing at the moment is price actually come to set that equal high, or that second high, double top pattern before trading us lower. So if we just go down on the time frames, you can see here that I've got a few areas marked out as areas of supply, where I want to see that supply being introduced before price actually going on to trade us lower down and into that demand zone. Now, as we go back, you can see that the areas I've marked out are valid areas of supply. These are last buy to sell regions. You can see that we have plenty of inefficient structure below both of these zones. And what we are highlighting is actually bullishness within a large bearish swing that's taken us lower. So we've seen price trade through and into this. So this can be disregarded, but we have these two zones now that are definitely areas of interest. As I say, once price trades up and into one of two supply zones, we want to see enough supply to be introduced in order for us to get involved in those longer term shorts down and into the 8,000 mark before a complete reversal to the upside to set that next higher high with the bullish impulsive wave that should follow. So here now, when it comes to my thoughts for this market for this coming week, what we have seen is price actually trade into an area of demand, trade into an area of supply, as you can see here. So I am expecting price to probably pull back just to pick up more demand in order to continue trading price higher. So it's kind of like a zigzag pattern. What we're going to see is potentially price trade up and into this as demand is exhausted. Price will trade down because demand is exhausted and we need to grab more of it. Price will then trade down as supply takes over. Demand will be introduced here. This should give us that S&D flip to the upside. We then should see price trade up and into this area of supply here. If there is enough supply here to completely flip the markets, then this is where we can expect to see price go short longer term, and we'll definitely be looking to get involved in short positions there. However, when it comes to trading this current week and this coming week, we could look for small shorts down and into this area of demand, but then we could look for a continuation in bullishness to create that next impulsive wave up and into the supply zone here. But ultimately, I will be waiting for shorts from this area of supply, but there is no harm in looking to get involved in longs from this area of demand fractally over the course of the next week or two. So what I'm going to do is mark out this as an area for you all. I would suggest that you all do the same. Mark this out as an area for yourself, as there could be some brilliant opportunities to get involved in long positions. And then what I would also suggest you guys do is mark this area out as well. So I'm just going to highlight this out for you all, and then you can go ahead and apply this to your own charts. So I've gone ahead and marked out these two areas. These are two key areas for us that we should be looking to potentially get involved in this market from. Just please wait for the right entry confirmation before actually executing any positions that you guys do place. But yeah, that's actually going to summarize this segment of my Sunday sessions video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys have taken a few things away from this. As my strategy as a whole, we look at market structure, price action. we follow the laws of structure, and we are heavily guided by the supply and demand balance that the market's put in. So it's a quite simple strategy when it's understood, and it can be exploited exponentially as well. So yeah, I hope you guys have learned a little bit more about my strategy. If you want to actually learn how to trade how I do, go ahead and check out the videos on YouTube. There's loads of videos based on our strategy on our YouTube channel. And if you have highlighted out these zones, then well done. If you profit at all in the coming week from the zones that I've given, then that's more of an incentive to subscribe to us and check out our other videos, and potentially joining our VIP chats, things of that nature, just so you don't miss out on these key opportunities. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will be going live probably Friday of the coming week, so look out for that video. And I'll also be doing a case study, updated case study should I say, on the XAU US dollar market. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next Sunday sessions video.